Greetings, my fellow freedom lovers and sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful swampy Megalo, South Florida, and today's date is Sunday, February 21st, 2021. And yeah, a little windy down here in South Florida, but we are managing. It's not a big deal, but like high 60s, low 70s, very pleasant. Have no complaints by any means. And I know I was getting reports from Texas. Certain areas getting back to normal, but still a lot of work needs to be done. And what gets me the most on that, you got all these social media geniuses coming out of the woodworks. You know what? Shut up. That's all I gotta say. Because they didn't even have anything like that since 1983. And of course, more people came in, and well, like I said, lessons will be learned, and I know expect some casualties and fatalities, which is a real shame. I'm not saying anything simple. Even the people who prep a lot had their had errors as well. So everything's like trial and error. So I would like to say that my brothers and sisters out there, just learn, make things better, and the ones that pass, may their souls be forever free. It's just very horrific. And Mike Adams, he did talked about the areas he's at, and even after these times, be neighborly. That's always a good thing. Just be good to each other, and trust me, you'll go. Folks go a lot further than being me, they believe you have exclusivity. So, all right, enough of that. I want to just go to the articles, read a couple articles here. And this one here came from the Epoch Times. And this is written by David Savab. And it came out today. It says, Smith College staffer quits over anti-white racism. So as it reads here, a staffer at Smith College has resigned, publishing a letter accusing the elite women's university of creating racial hostility environment against white people. Jody Shaw used to be a student support coordinator at the Massachusetts College, but recently sent a resignation letter to its leadership saying the environment left her physically and mentally debilitated. Excuse me, folks. I can no longer work in this environment, nor I can remain silent about a matter so central to basic human dignity and freedom, said a letter published by columnist Barry Weiss. Smith College didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. An alumna of the private liberal arts institution, Shaw said the culture had changed forcefully after a 2018 incident when a black student accused a white staffer of racism for calling campus security on her. The investigation showed no evidence of racial bias, but the college put in place a list of initiatives aimed at fighting systemic racism on campus. Ooh, systemic racism, please. Yet the ideology driving the effort seemed more concerned with inflaming anti-white sentiment rather than mitigating any form of racism based on Shaw's account. I endured racially hostile comments and was expected to participate in racially prejudicial behavior as a continued condition of my employment. I endured meetings in which another staff member violently banged his fist on the table, chanting rich white women, in reference to Smith alumni. I've listened to my supervisor openly name preferred racial quotas for job openings in our department. I was given supplemental literature in which the world's population was reduced on two categories: dominant group members and subordinate group members. Subordinated group members. Good grief. Based solely on characteristics like race, Shaw's letters says. Every day I watch my colleagues manage student conflict through the lens of race, projecting rigid assumptions and stereotypes on students, thereby reducing them to the color of their skin. I am asked to do the same, as well as to support the curriculum for students that teaches them to project those same stereotypes and assumptions onto themselves and others. I believe such curriculum is dehumanizing, prevents authentic connection, and undermines the moral agency of young people who are just beginning to find their way in the world. She said other staffers she spoke to were deeply troubled by the developments, but were too terrified to speak out about it. In January 2020, Shaw says she attended a mandatory staff retreat focused on racial issues. She says she wasn't comfortable answering personal questions from the hired facilitator about race and racial identity. Later, the facilitators told everyone present that a white person's discomfort at discussing their race is a symptom of race fragility. They said that the white person may seem like they are in distress, but it's actually a power play, she wrote. In other words, because I am white, my genuine discomfort was framed as an act of aggression. I was shamed and humiliated in front of all my colleagues. This is what Jody Shaw has to say about that. She felt a workplace complaint, but felt it wasn't taken seriously enough on account of her race. I was told that the civil rights law protections were not created to help people like me, she wrote. She was stripped of duties, which she suspected was a retaliation for her filing the complaint. Quasi-Marxist ideology. She blamed the change in environment of critical race theory, a quasi-Marxist ideology that reinterprets history as a struggle between whites and other races, labeling people as oppressors and oppressed on account of their skin color, echoing Marxism division of society based on class. Under the guise of racial progress, Smith College has created a racially hostile environment in which individual acts of discrimination and hostility flourish. In this environment, people's worth as human beings and a degree to which they deserve to be treated with dignity and respect is determined by the color of their skin, Shaw said. It is an environment in which dissenting the new critical race orthodoxy, okay, sorry about that, or even failing to swear fetally to it like some kind of McCarthy-era loyalty oath is grounds for public humiliation and professional retaliation. Critical race theory has been spreading through American institutions, starting at universities and seeping into K-12 education, government structures, the non-government sector, and the corporate world, commonly through supposedly anti-racist training sessions and internal social justice policies. Former President Donald Trump dealt a significant blow to the ideology spread last year when he banned trainings based on the ideology from the federal government and even federal contractors and some grantees. President Joe Biden, however, reversed the order shortly after taking office. See? White privilege, Joe Biden does it again. White privilege 46, globalist butt boy himself. He is not my president, and I don't give a damn what you think. Biden went as far as issued an order that seems to open the door for instituting the ideology more widely across the federal government. In Shaw's view, the ideology exasperates divisions among people. It taps into humanity's worst instinct to break down into warring factions, and I fear this is rapidly leading to a very twisted place, she said. So who's Joe Biden's Lord and Savior in politics? Woodrow Wilson 2.0. I can tell people that. And prove me wrong if you dare. This whole same old song and dance, folks. I can tell you that. Always judge by their merits, and that's it. Now I don't have to go through these racial identity political forums, because I'll be sitting there laughing at them. I go, what are you laughing at? Oh, are you a comedian? I would have probably done that. I'll be laughing at these people. Because you know why? They're the ones who's prejudging. They're playing the game called projection. They're emulating the ones they despise and do the Jim Jones syndrome along with that too. Combined with Woodrow Wilson's ideology. Nothing new under the sun, folks. That's why everyone with believes in meritology needs to crucify these people by the basis of liberty, free speech, right to peaceably to assemble. Tell them, we don't need your Jim Crow rhetoric in my town, my state, my district, my institution. There's a bunch of cockroaches. That's what those individuals are. And it's the damn truth. What else I'm going to say about this? It's deplorable. Because the whole thing is, they want us to indoctrinate all the kids from those areas becoming zombies, her conformists. They want to have them wear cowbells around their necks and go, moo. I've always been a critical thinker, even during those times. Well, time to have people, the parents, to take the initiative and guardians, teach them to be critical thinkers, mavericks. We don't need these particular institutions. We can get them where it hurts. Without us, they're nothing, like I said before in my past episodes. And what happened to Ms. Shaw is unacceptable based on this article. No one should be treated like this. I don't give a damn what they look like. Race, color, creed, gender, etc. We're all individuals. We should treat each other like that. Like that. Like individuals. So that'll be it on this article. Alright. So the next one I'll be doing will be a short one here. Is an interesting, came from bigleaguepolitics.com. Jose Nino, which he writes for the Mises.org as well. Will Indiana be the next state to pass constitutional carry? Constitutional carry has become the hottest right-wing legislative item in state legislatures nationwide. As it reads here, came out today, right? Yep. Okay, cool. Indiana's constitutional carry legislation, House Bill 1369, was approved by House Public Policy Committee on February 15, 2021. According to the NRA-IL, the bill may grow to the Ways and Means Committee before going to the full House for further consideration. Under HB 1369, any lawful adult who is legally allowed to acquire a carry permit under Indiana law can now carry a handgun without having to beg for the government for permission. This is how the Second Amendment is supposed to work. However, state legislators across the country have sought to undermine that over the last century. Constitutional carry serves to reverse that trend. HB 1369 does not affect previous issued carry permits and allow Indianans to obtain a permit for representative purposes in the case they decide to carry in other states outside Indiana. If Indiana passed this law, it would become the 19th state in the nation to embrace constitutional carry. When it's all said and done, constitutional carry will perhaps end up being the most successful right-wing movement in recent memory. And it does make a lot of sense. Of course, latest one was Utah, which is good. And another thing you gotta look at too. Always look for stuff that is if Indiana is a common law state, and you can use that into the information as well, including natural rights under your state constitution, Indiana's constitution. You can examine that too. I don't have it on top of me, unfortunately, but you should always verify these areas. And I do it a bunch of times in the past. So I'd like to have my listeners do the same. Just look at these state constitutions, find out if it's common law. I believe it is. And when it comes to common law, you can really prevail this and actually promote it in a legitimate way, legality of it. So I like it because a lot of people got to realize police are not obligated to protect you as an individual, and you are on the first line of defense. And we all got to do that. And don't get me wrong, I'll let people know, don't just go around carrying if you haven't used it before. Training, discipline, practice, take courses, educate yourself, know your tool. The more you practice it, the more comfortable you get, and more confident you will be. So never take these things for granted. And always tell it to people. Doesn't matter. Always inform them. You got an obligation. We have a higher standard. Use it wisely. Learn it. And safety is everyone's responsibility, including in this particular department. So I think it's really cool. It's going to be very interesting in Indiana, the Hoosier State. So we'll just wait and see how this goes. And that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or something that's interesting you want to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to Quorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnotes of these 2 articles on my speaker page. And if you want to contact me, you can hit me at LokiLuckNumbers03@protonmail.com. Or if you want to donate, you can hit me at paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuckNumber3. If you want to send support Epoch Times and Big League Politics, that would be great. Because the whole thing is, hey, we're all doing this to give you guys the facts the best we can and share the information which the mainstream media don't want you to know. All right. Once again, thank you for your time. Please always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.